That all leads us to the next question. What is the new Mario movie gonna be like? I honestly have no idea. Like, before the reveal, I would have said it's just gonna be like Detective Pikachu, basically. Like, take what we already know, but like make a unique story out of it. And make it in the style that makes sense instead of trying to overcomplicate it. Just make it in the style. And that's why Detective Pikachu was good. Is because they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They were just like, let's make Pokemon, but make it a story that makes sense on the big screen. But now that the whole cast has been shown and they're like talking about it, now I just have no idea what in the world they're like, what is even happening with that movie. Who freaking knows? You know what scares me even more? What if it's really good? Can you imagine what would happen if it was a real-life Mario with frickin' Chris Pratt as Mario? He's so cool. And it's like a really good movie. Like, it just happens, everything falls in line, and it's just an incredible movie. Oh my god, we're gonna get every retro game ever as a movie. And there's gonna be sequels to that movie, but then we're also gonna get Metroid the movie, starring... who would be in it? Freaking alien woman? What's her name? Oh my god. We're gonna get a Metroid movie with the girl from Alien. Sigourney Weaver, thank you. Could you imagine? Sigourney Weaver as Samus? It's gonna happen. That's honestly what would happen if, like, if the Mario movie just happened to be like this incredible success and made all this money. Everyone's gonna jump on. It's time for freaking Space Invaders, the movie, but instead of that garbage Pixels movie with Adam Sandler, it'll be an actual good movie. Imagine they make, like, Cruisin' USA, the movie, and it's like Easy Rider, but 2021. The 2021 version of Easy Rider called Cruisin' USA. Oh my god, this is the best universe. This has to happen. Gran Turismo, the movie, and it's just Vin Diesel talking about cars for 3 hours. It's just Vin Diesel in his shop, like, messing with cars. But it's really a story about family. We Fit the movie, dude. Oh my god, I could just see it now. Like, the Mario movie makes so much money. They're like, we have to make more, and so some idiot CEOs and like people that just know nothing about the video game market but know a bunch about the movie market sit in a room and they're like, all right, someone Google the most sold video games, and we're gonna make a movie about those. So they like type in like most sold video games, and it's like We Fit. So like, all right, here we go, We Fit movie. Everyone loves We Fit. Tetris the movie. Oh my god. Minecraft, the movie. With Sylvester Stallone as Minecraft Steve. Skips to a video of Sylvester Stallone just punching a tree. It falls over and he makes a house out of it. You're all listening to this like, Death, this is a funny meme and it's funny to talk about, but it's obviously not going to happen. Let me remind you that Emoji the movie happened. So if you think Minecraft the movie can't happen in a universe where the Emoji movie happened, you're out of your mind. That's just Demolition Man 2. I mean, that frickin' garbage Pixels movie happened. Oh no, he's right. The Emoji movie happened and we let it happen. This is the worst timeline. I could just see it now, though. I could see those guys sitting in their office, smacking their lips, counting up their money. What's the most sold video game? We can make a movie out of this. Think of the bits price. The Legend of Zelda? Easy. Somebody call The Rock. Somebody call Dwayne. We're making... Dude, don't even tell me that Dwayne The Rock Johnson would not play Zelda. Or Link. Or both. He would. If they called him up and they were like, you're gonna play Zelda, and he was like, you know that's the girl, right? And they're like, yeah, we knew that, yeah. The Rock just walks in like Zelda's dress she wore in Ocarina of Time. It is I, Zelda. But like a lot of actors like that, they just want to play roles that they'll be remembered for, not roles that they're necessarily good in. So like if he had the ability to play Link, he would do it. Like that's why Chris Pratt played Mario 100%. It's not that he thinks the Mario movie is going to be good. It's that like he gets to be Mario. That forever Chris Pratt will be known as Mario. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If they called up Dwayne, they were like, we want you to be Link, he'd be like, where do I sign? 100%. Kevin Hart is Link. Oh my god, I would watch a movie of Kevin Hart just wandering around as Link. Like, imagine they actually did it, like, as a meme, like, as a comedy. He's just walking around dealing with, like, really unhelpful NPCs and fighting, like, ridiculous mobs. That could be funny. Throwing his sword for some reason. Like, why does he throw his sword in the game? I don't know. Do it in the movie. What do you guys think of the Uncharted movie? You think it's gonna be good? The trailer, I was kind of worried about. But to be honest, they're at least, like, hitting all the key scenes. Like, it looks like it could be decent in terms of, like, sticking to the source material. My issue with the trailer is that it just... I don't know if you guys got this feeling, but it just feels plastic to me. Does that make sense? There's something about it. I don't know if, like, generic is the right word, but there's just something about that trailer that just feels like really plastic and, like, created in a vacuum almost. It doesn't feel like anyone took any, like, creative liberties to make it good. It was just, like, following the script and doing what needed to be done to make it an Uncharted movie. It doesn't feel like it has its own flow or its own, like, identity. It just feels like Uncharted the movie, which a lot of people wanted that, but it has such potential to be, like, incredible if they really took Uncharted and ran with it. I don't want Uncharted the movie. I want Uncharted where they take it and run with it and make it good. I don't want just Uncharted the movie. I have Uncharted the movie. It's the game. I can play the game and get Uncharted the movie. I want them to run with it and make it like this super epic Tomb Raider-esque adventure with its own twists and turns, you know? There's so much they could do with it. It has such potential. It could start as like a game. It could start as a movie that's similar to the first game, but then it could branch off and be its own franchise and its own thing you could watch and enjoy. It could truly be like the next Indiana Jones, right? If they just copy the game, it's going to be like, well, it's Uncharted, but in movie form. I also feel like the actors didn't have a ton of, they didn't gel well to me in the trailer. But maybe that was just the trailer. I don't know why these things do, like, no damage. Yeah, I mean, Uncharted is already kind of a movie. That's what I was saying before. Like, if I want to watch Uncharted the movie, I'll play the game. Because the game itself is kind of like half movie, half video game. I think they really... I really hope they expand on, like, the history of the characters, the lore behind the characters. I really hope it isn't just like, well, Uncharted... Nathan Drake is a treasure hunter, and they just leave it at that. It's gonna be like such a Indiana Jones ripoff feel. If it's just... he's a treasure hunter because he is. They really need to, like, explore his childhood and what made him who he is, and then we'll be, like, a lot more attached to the Nathan Drake of the movie. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for it, but I'm really hoping that it is good. Like, I really want it to be good, but I'm not sold that it's going to be good. Yeah, I mean, Uncharted was very heavily inspired by Indiana Jones. It did its own thing, though. It doesn't feel like a ripoff, but it was inspired by, definitely. It'd be silly not to say that, I mean. Yeah, definitely is, but it was different enough to where it didn't feel like a ripoff, at least for me. Especially in the later games, when they expanded a bit more on the lore of everyone. Felt more like its own thing. I could see if you would say Uncharted 1 felt a bit too Indiana Jonesy. I could see that. One, like, inside joke I had with a buddy of mine, when we were playing through the Uncharted series was, like, the whole, he is constantly 1 second away from death. That always cracks me up, like, even more so than Indiana Jones or some other movie. That's kind of a staple of all movies, is that the main character almost dies a lot. Any action movie, but Uncharted, playing the game, it's hilarious to watch how, like, every time he moves from one thing to another, the thing that he just moved off falls, or every time something falls, it's right next to him, or, like, he's always just perpetually almost dying. Yeah, the ultimate plot armor. It's like the Captain Jack Sparrow effect, but it's not part of the lore, you know what I mean? Like, part of Jack's character is that, like, he's somehow super unlucky, but super lucky at the same time. He's always under danger, but never always finds a way out. Like, Nathan Drake, that's not part of his character, it's just what happens to him. It's just part of his journey, is that he's always almost dying. Alright, we're gonna go in the cave again and see what happens. I've only gone up 1 level with Cloud, so I'm not expecting a miracle, but... might be able to level up a weapon now, too. They're trying to kill us? I'm actually blanking right now if it's Uncharted 2 or 3. I think it's 3. But one of my favorite lines ever in a video game is that clown's line at the end of either 2 or 3. If you've never seen it, you should look it up. It's a bit spoilery if you've never played, but it's not like... it's not a big deal. It's not like a big spoiler or anything. But it happens right at the end of the game. That line was improvised? Yeah, I think I did read about that. That line was improvised, which is why it feels so, like, genuine. Like, the response that Elena gives is so genuine. It just makes it so much funnier. Yeah, you have to, if you've never seen it, you gotta go watch it. It's such a great scene. How's it going, Stoop? Yeah, this game is really amazing, and it's so much more than I thought it was when we got into it as well. I was talking about the scene in Uncharted 2 where Nathan Drake says his biggest fear is clowns. It's one of my favorite scenes of all time in any video game. I've never played a scene before, like, at the end of a game where everything's wrapped up and I'm kind of, like, settling down after a big epic scene, and something made me laugh, like, out loud that hard, you know? Like, it was just so unexpected. And, like, I was kind of ready to just, like, put down the game and be done with it, and then all of a sudden I'm, like, in tears laughing over that line. And it was, afterwards, it was revealed that that was improvised, completely improvised line. Nolan North made it up on the spot, and that's why the reaction is so genuine. I actually have a list on my computer of like my favorite scenes. I add to it every once in a while. Just really memorable scenes from games that stick with me. The other one I like to talk about all the time is the couch scene in Infamous 2. That scene's super underrated. In fact, I really don't think anyone else really remembers that scene as much as I do. It's just kind of a throwaway scene, but for some reason it always stuck with me. Don't die, 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 don't die. Yeah, Infamous 2 is a sleeper hit. Whenever I bring up Infamous, people usually say Infamous 1 or Second Son. And a lot of people say they never played 2. Like Alex just said. But that game was really good, and really, like, one of the best games, one of the best, like, story, or, like, choice things that I've seen in a game. On the road, cruising down the highway, so sweet, she got my head in a spin. Yeah, I should start using smoke bombs, because I have them now. When I'm, like, gonna die and lose progress. Yeah, like, if you like games that give you a choice, and then, like, your choices actually matter.
Went to Macarena Temple.
Macalania Temple.
If you like games that give you a choice and then, like, actually affect the gameplay based on your choices, something like Fallout, Infamous 2 has maybe one of the most, like, crazy choices you have to make that really puts you on the spot and, like, challenges your, really your, like, humanness. I don't know how to put it, like, what matters to you and your ideals really puts them into question. Gives you this unbelievably difficult choice right at the end of the game after you've already, like, really connected with all the characters. Your sense of morality, ethics, like, and yeah, it's pretty, it's a very rough choice. I will say, I think that is probably the longest I've ever spent on a decision screen in my life. You know? Like, it took me probably 25 minutes of sitting on that screen before I chose one or the other. I need to revisit that, because to be honest, I don't really remember exactly what happens after the choice. I remember what the choice is, but it's been so long since I played Infamous. I don't really remember, like, the exact consequences. Just remember it was rough. That'd be cool, though, because since I've kind of forgotten, I can replay it and relive it. Those going old games. I really loved the Infamous series. It's sad that Second Son kinda killed the series. Like, I don't think it was Second Son's fault, because it did sell well, but it was just kind of done after that. Like, there was kind of nowhere else to go. On the road, cruising down the highway, so sweet, she got my head in a spin. Alright, one more heal and then we'll try. Yeah, the first game was a bit more of like let's just be evil for fun. Whereas 2, it really made you like question all your choices. I don't really like games that give you a choice, but in reality, like, the evil side is more of just, like, to see what happens. It doesn't really make you question your morality at all. It's just like, okay, time to do the evil story. Yeah. Which, we can't even talk about that without mentioning Undertale, because Undertale is the ultimate version of that, where it traps you. It traps you into thinking, oh, time to do the evil story. Like, man, I could talk about Undertale forever, because even though I'm not, like, a super Undertale stan, like, I think it's a good game, but I'm not one of those people that are like, it changed everything, and it's the greatest game ever made. But, like, man, it is truly amazing what that game does to you. It puts you in the circumstance where you think you're just playing the game to do the thing. Like, it's just like, okay, it's time to do the evil story. This isn't me doing this. You know, I'm not actually this evil. I'm just picking the evil choices in the game because I want to see what happens. And I want to finish the game on the evil side, right? So, like, this isn't me. I'm removing myself from these choices. This is just me pressing the button to see what happens, right? And then by the end, you feel like you did that. You feel like you were evil. You feel like you made those choices and now you're suffering the consequences. And it's this wild, wild emotional journey that it takes you on. At the end, you're just like, I can't believe I've done this. Like, you know, like, I'm a monster. No other game has ever done that. And I haven't done a genocide run myself yet, but I know all about it, and I know, like, the feelings that go with it, and I played through the game just taking whatever choices made sense to me, and even then I was like, oh my god, like, I've thought way too much about this game. It's just a video game, you know? But yeah, it's wild what that game does to you. It really blurs the line. It blurs the line between video game and reality and makes you feel like you've truly affected somebody through your gameplay, even though it's just pixels on the screen. And I think that's why it went down as, like, this game that people say is the best ever, or have just gone crazy with the fandom of that game. Because I've never played a game that made me feel that way. I've never played a game that made me feel like I was truly affecting something with my choices. I've always been able to remove myself from the game and just be like, I'm just pressing buttons, like, you know. I'm just seeing what the evil side is like, you know. I think the only game that made me feel that, well, one of the only games that made me feel that way was Infamous 2, but again, it was because all the choices I made throughout the game were the ones that I wanted to make, right? Whenever I play a game that lets you make choices, I always pick the thing that I would have done in that real circumstance. That way I feel connected with the characters. So, like, if I have two choices, I pick the one that I would pick in that circumstance, and then I can feel the consequences of my actions more, right? But then, when I go back to do the evil story, I just pick evil to be evil just to see what'll happen, right? And I don't feel as connected. But Undertale's the only game where, no matter what I pick, it feels as if I'm truly connected with the consequences. It's really wild how it affects you that way. And of course, Cyborg Justice. Do I rip this machine's arm off and use it to kill his brother? Of course I do. This is the Genesis, after all. Ah yes, Shark Tale. Will Smith's best fish roll. When are we gonna get Shark Tale 2? That's the question. That's the question on everyone's mind. Shark Tale 2 when? Well, this has already kind of started off poorly. Just gonna waste my high potions. Try to get through this. Need Gale too. Not only do I want Shark Tale 2, but when we sign the contract, it includes Shark Tale 3, no matter how bad 2 is. That's how you know it's good business. The old Sega commercials. Sega! Well, this went well. I guess we're not ready for this cave yet, still. Even if I heal every round, there's just a chance that they group up on me, and if they all attack one character, that character just kind of dies. Just don't have enough health. See you, Alex. Have a great weekend. I need Staryu to say Sega in the hi-ya voice. Sega! Run away from every fight. Sounds like baby talk to me.
It's time, bro. The sauce. Could it be? Oh, it is. The sauce. The sauce.
Me but being a glutton for punishment should be no surprise. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where my heals heal so much. I just can't keep up with the damage. Did you just miss? It was me, Dio. Yo, Zev, thank you for the host. Crap. Can I not hit the Bandersnatch? I thought I did before, that's why I kept attacking, but maybe not. Maybe Cloud's just bad. Wouldn't surprise me. No. Oh my god, this guy still isn't dead. I mean, at least Sid has cure too, but if I don't kill one of these guys, it's not gonna last. Okay. Just one-shot Cloud, perfect. I think the bandit got a crit. man, this cave is just rough. We're gonna have to try again next time. This is the final dungeon? You shouldn't have told me that. That's sad. I mean, it does kind of feel that way with how difficult it is, though. If I can remember. Well, let's pretend like you didn't remember correctly. Yeah, then we have to buy cart 2. I'm wondering if I should just buy some more armor, actually, because I'm probably super rich at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty super rich. Let's see. I could at least do, like... do the best. I think these are the best, though. Well, Assassin isn't. Assassin, Travel, and Scoot. Okay, yeah. Definitely not best. Oh no, Scoot is the best. I could buy a Scoot for Sid. And then Travel is the best for Tifa. I bought almost all the best stuff a little while ago. I have the best armor too. I want to say Beast is the best helmet also. Yeah. Yes, I mean, we're pretty much at max max armor now. So that ain't gonna help. Yo, NX, thank you so much for the 9 months. Enjoy the double Buster Sword badge. Yeah, you told me about that before. But yeah, that would be a yikes to try to do. For all intents and purposes, we have the best armor. Best armor we can easily get. What happened to on-stream chat? Yep. Just, you know. Don't look and it didn't happen. Working as intended. Yeah, that's the Demake chat. What have you done? What was that, I think it was ASDF movie. Wasn't it when the guy spills the milk? The other guy goes, "You killed us all!" ASDF movie is a blast from the past. Speaking of old Flash movies. We still quote that all the time. Demented cartoon movie? I don't think so. I like trains. Reminds me of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Demented cartoon movie reminds me of. I'm sure it's probably very different though. Oh man, salad fingers. The end of the world. Where's the missiles? But I'm late tired. Well, take a nap. Then fire the missiles. Yeah, stick fights were always my jam. I was like super into them for a long time. I'm gonna punch your face in the face. Oh, I baked you a pie. Oh, what flavor is it? Pie flavor. "2000s XD humor. Never truly grow out of it. Yeah, I was so into stick fights forever. I remember when the animators, because like one of the biggest things about stick fights was that like anyone could do them. It didn't take any like artistic, because the big thing with like making movies, making animations, is that you have to like also have a lot of artsy skills. But stick fights were great because if you knew how to animate, you didn't need artistic skills. You just needed animation skills. It's a great way to practice animation skills without actually like having to draw stuff. So a lot of people were really into making them. And I remember when the stick fight animators would get so good, and the ones that had like artsy talents as well would make those like super realistic art, or really super realistic stick fights. Like I remember the Castle series, if you remember that. That was basically like a cartoon, but the characters were stick men. I remember watching that just thinking like, oh my god, this is so cool and this is like the future. But looking back on it, it was so silly to think that, because like Disney existed, you know, like obviously stick fight art isn't like the future. It's just stick fights, but more, you know, in between no art at all and good art like Disney. It's like somewhere in the middle. But I remember back then just thinking like, oh my god, this is like the most realistic thing ever. It's crazy. So, yeah. But I love that stuff so much. And there was a time when, like, I thought about being an animator. It was, like, one of the many things that I thought, maybe I could do this. So I tried animating stick fights, and I even made, like, a crappy one, just to see if I could do it. And I never did end up, like, learning how to animate super well, but those skills translated into video editing. For, like, animating, you know, stuff and, like, using keyframes and stuff in videos. So it did transfer eventually. I did end up using those skills. It's funny to think that, like, watching stick fights back in the day ended up actually helping me in my career now. It's kind of wild. How's it going, A? Yeah, this Demake is really, really cool. It's actually... This was a unlicensed Chinese quote-unquote bootleg. And then it was translated and changed a bit by mostly Cayman Fox, who's in the chat right now. And still sold as like a bootleg. But it's a real game that was made by real people, like a real team. It's not like just a one-person fan project or something. It's actually like a real game that was sold as an unlicensed NES game, and it's on a physical NES cartridge, and we're playing it on a physical NES. So it's really, really cool part of Final Fantasy VII history for sure. And it's been really fun playing it. It's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like Midgar or something, but it's got its own like experience system, and we've played all the way up to Ice Skull Inn, and it's really like a full NES experience. It's been really cool. And the enemy sprites are like my favorite part. The enemy sprites are so neat. Is the game too loud? I asked that earlier and everyone said it was fine. It looks still fine on my end. Maybe it was just that victory sound when you just came in. We are going to be jumping off here in a minute, though. It's time to go. We'll be, if you're interested in the Demake, we play it every Friday afternoon. And the whole thing's on YouTube as well, because it's part of one of our Let's Plays. Yeah, it can be weird on mobile sometimes. Especially with the NES, with all of its beeps and boops. Phone doesn't translate those as well as it should. Yeah, good chance that we beat this and Final Fantasy VIII next Friday. Could be a finale type of day. I don't know, though. 8, I don't want to rush. I'm going to take my time because I really enjoy the final dungeon, so if we don't finish it, that's fine. I don't want to rush it. But yeah, good chance that we can maybe beat both next week. Alright, well, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. But before we do that, we got to say goodbye to YouTube. So, YouTube, thank you so much for watching the Final Fantasy VII Demake. I've appreciated everyone's opinions on the game and just talking about it, and it's been great to kind of live this part of Final Fantasy VII history and do it with you guys. So, thank you. We'll see you in the next episodes, which might be the finale, who knows? We'll see you there. Thanks again for everything. Peace out.